Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Ooh, wowee. Oh, we're on a chair. Oh, I remember this place. Teddy bear? What's wrong? Why do you look glowy?
Hey, and welcome to Teddy's the Museum of Among the Sleep. Go on, take a look around.
Okay, gonna have a look. Oh, that's cool. That's like the little booklet, like a game booklet, but kind of like the story of the book from the Bramble game. So it's got contents and everything. The art among the sleep. Okay. Oh, that's pretty. Contents, we got humble beginnings. The birth of among the sleep. I'll leave these on the screen for a bit if you want to read them, because it's quite a lot and it's really small. I think they like dulled it down a lot compared to how scary it does look on here. Chapters and creatures. So we got the child and Teddy. We didn't focus on building character for the child, as we wanted the players to immerse themselves as the toddler, which is really cool. I like how they done that. There's Teddy Bear. Cute. There's the mother. So there's different designs and hairstyles and all that kind of thing. Making her hair a little ruffled. She has bags under her eyes and her sweater is stained. Okay. 3D model and textures. The child's 3D model and textures. That's pretty cool. The kid's model and animations went through 3 major iterations. Since you never see the kid's face, we didn't make the texture for it. The head is hidden in game. We just needed the shape of the head to cast a shadow. Oh, that's clever. Yeah, I didn't notice that actually, that they didn't really have a face for him. Oh, so here's the monsters. So Harold is the creepy one. Hyder was the forest, the water one. Heap is the big coat guy, which is creepy. And he actually has a hanger in him, I didn't even notice that. The top one, I am cute. That's cute. Oh, I'm so glad they didn't do the spider looking one. That's awesome. 3D model of him as well. The home. Oh, it has his face there, kinda. When creating the house, we found inspiration from our childhood homes, with late 80s, early 90s decor. For instance, the design of the kitchen has shelves, walls, and floors almost identical to Caroline's childhood home. Oh, that's cool. So, originally the bridge between the real world and the dream world, this level has also seen its share of iteration and changes. Ah, nice. Early versions of the level had the target items hidden away in tunnels. Okay, so that's the playground there. At one point we had a giant tree in the corner of the level, hollowed out so the player could walk inside it. That sounds cool. Oh wow. I love looking at the arts and stuff after a game, like if they have all of it, it's really nice. So the overgrown house is the area of the huge manor, devoured by the swamp-like forest. The original idea had 2 parallel worlds, from one to another, at the player's command. Oh wow. It's also amazing to see what goes into it and what doesn't make it in the actual release. Early concept on the right, from the library. That looks awesome. Oh, the eyes are scary. Into the closet. There's little eyes everywhere. I don't know if there's loads looking at me without me seeing. Like in the prologue. When discussing environments and scary elements we wanted to incorporate in the game, one of the first ideas to surface was a childhood fear of what might be hiding in the closet. Ah, yeah. I thought that as well. Covered in closet doors leading nowhere and everywhere. We wanted the player to feel uneasy and disoriented by its surreal and repetitive geometry. It's also made it look very messy and contains a big assortment of items scattered around, resembling a mashup of many different types of closets. Oh, that's cool. There's always the fear of something behind the walls and doors are waiting to sneak up on you. Yeah, when you're not looking. All the doors and floors gave the level a creaky wooden feel, opening to many possibilities. Yeah, okay. It definitely did that. Dimly lit coats can easily be mistaken for creatures in the dark, definitely, especially when they're moving. So the playhouse is a place where the child can feel safe. It serves a breather between the worlds. Yeah, it definitely did. And a change of pace, perhaps even more importantly, it gives the player a reminder of the major goal of the game and a way to feel progression. Since it's a calm area, it gave us the opportunity to have Teddy speak and move around without distracting the player from the experience. It is the only place where Teddy will explicitly tell you about the story. We had some trouble finding the final place for the level in the game. It was originally designed with a very different story in mind. So assets, we've got the key objects, the favourite book, favourite toy, the pendant, and the music box. And then we have all the little plants and little details like chairs and stuff and doors. Oh wow. Okay, to give you a peek into the process, here are some of the snippets from our messy notebooks. These contain doodles, the task lists, ideas for sound, level and puzzle design, and meeting notes, etc. That's awesome. And then we got the signed thing at the end. That's so cool! And I love that it has like a little museum to walk around in baby mode. So radio, I think these might be all the different music. What else we got here? Also, this was the scary room where I noticed her staring at me. And now it's fine. So can I go down there? Nice. Let's have a look-see. Oh, cool! It's literally like a gallery with all the art. This is awesome. Very clever.
The prologue was added as a free DLC a couple of months after release of the game. It was made in collaboration with some of our fans and made to elaborate a little bit on what went wrong with the parents' relationship. That the mother was not simply evil, but rather that relationships are tough, and neither of the parents handled it well.
Oh, I thought so. Yeah, because they didn't want to blame it all on the woman or the mother, so they had to kind of put like a little bit of padding on it. But I think it would have been fine either way. Because not always is it that one parent is a good one. Because a lot of times they usually pin it all on one parent. We wanted to approach the prologue chapter differently than the rest of the game by making the environment open instead of a linear path. The players are free to explore the house in the order and pace they choose themselves. Yeah, I noticed that. I actually like that a lot, because you can actually choose which rooms you want to go to and go back to. That's awesome. And we got some other little stuff here. Ooh, this looks fun. Whee! Oh, what was that? Another old concept piece from the year we prototyped the game, back in school. This one is from the living room, shows both the moonlit mood and the general interior style of the house. We drew these types of concepts before making the house in 3D in order to get a sense of what we wanted the house to look like and make the modelling process faster. Oh, nice. This is so awesome. I really love this kind of thing. This is the very first concept image for Among the Sleep. Back then the project was a little different and not clearly defined, hence the focus was more on the physical monsters and more adventure type feel. This image was drawn from the inspiration that gave birth to the concept. Ah, I see. Okay, let's zoom. See what Mr. Bear's got to say.
Oh, you're home.
Yeah.
The team wanted to start with introducing the character of the mother, as well as the mechanics of the game. Starting with the kid's birthday was a way to both introduce Teddy in the form of a gift and showing how old the kid is.
Ah, yes, very clever. So these are screenshots taken from the old house.
When night falls over the home is when you really start seeing the ways in which the child perceives reality while scared. A large part of the game is based on how children see and interpret what's happening around them.
Okay, cool. So I pretty much got that on point. Okay, these are screenshots taken from the old house back when the project was our bachelor thesis in school. The idea behind the layout was pretty much similar but had deviations to the current one. Ah, whoa. These are scary to even look at. Nice. It's kind of got like a Stanley Parable feel to this with the museum thing. So cool. I've never been in the game museum before.
The playground.
Early idea.
There's something walking around here, but you never see it. The passive threat keeps you on your toes, and at the same time creates the illusion that you might be safe for the rest of the game.
You're kidding me, right? I hope you're joking. I really hope you're joking. Because I was kind of feeling that, but I was like, nah, it's safe in here. Alright, so the bird was supposed to lead the player at the beginning of the game in the playground. Oh, okay. Early idea for this chapter was that it would feel like a surreal in-between world where you could see other dimensions through openings in the walls and bits that would seep in. Okay. We scrapped the idea and focused more on the rather lonely and creepy elements of playgrounds, waiting to communicate that the kid had traumatized memories of being left alone in a playground and subject to terror of older kids. Oh, yeah. Aw. Alright, let's go. So brass pipes control the wheel. So we got all the little design parts of it. The cave chapter has been through a ton of iteration since the start of the project. One thing that has remained the same is that there would be a castle to ascend in order to get to the end, and there would be a musical rainbow coloured bridge. The shape and look of the castle itself has changed several times as we had many different plans for the overall gameplay, and it morphed along with these changes. Yeah, I really love that idea with the castle and the colourful bridge. That part was cool. Oh no, it's moving by itself. Oh man. Teddy, hold your gas. Okay, early sketches of different ideas for layout, environment, details and lighting. They're really trying to scare me in this part as well, and it's meant to be the fun museum part. So yeah, just flicking through these so you can have a look. So that was the inside of the tree thing. So we scrapped the idea, we still really love the idea though. So yeah, that was the part of the inside of the tree, the opening stairways and stuff, which would have actually been really cool. And then these are examples of another technique that we use quite often. We take screenshots of the environment and our concept artist draws details and effects like lighting on top of them. This is a cheap way to find out how we want the visuals to end up before starting to produce assets. Oh, that's cool. Okay, what we got here?
This is the forested home. It's a crumbling home that's slowly rotting away into the water and trees. The house here is a symbol of the family and home falling apart. The bloated creature inhabiting it is how the kid sees his mother when she's drinking and full of sorrow.
Okay, so to begin with, this world was supposed to change from a result of the puzzles being solved. It would go from a house being just slightly overgrown in places to being completely overgrown and rotted away. There were a bunch of narrative and gameplay reasons for abandoning this idea, but equally important was the fact that it would require us to build two fully separate environments, easily doubling the workload, so we settled on a static mix of these states instead. Ah, okay, I see. So kind of like what they did in the prologue a bit, with the changing room. This stump tunnel was unwrapped in ZBrush. Never again. Let's say we're happy a lot of the game is dark. These are some of the first concepts trying out the idea of transformation in the environment. The map shows before and after. Huh. Okay. Concepts showing both mood and the idea of the forest consuming the house. Yeah, that's what was staring at me before. Cool. Some asset and module design paired with early screenshot paintovers. So we got all these as well. Okay, that's a lot. Another take on the puzzle was to untangle an armor from the roots blocking the door. These images are concept sketches from the painting room, the central hub where you place the puzzle pieces that you find throughout the third chapter. Initially, the idea was to use a golden egg or another artifact to get through a magic door. The players first had to solve a puzzle that would transform the environment of the whole area from a house to a forest, so that they could get a hold of the egg that was previously too high for the child to reach. A further iteration of the painting room was where solving the puzzle was leading to the chandelier falling and breaking to the floor, open a huge chasm leading to the players being able to obtain the golden egg. During creating this, we took a few steps back and saw that this whole sequence was based on the child's experience and was feeling more like a generic puzzle for an adventure game. Therefore, the idea was put in the bin. Okay. I think that's really cool that they added the painting ideas though. I like that, where you go into the painting. When the scene is whiteboxed and general layout is set, we do rough black and white sketches or paintovers to article area detail. Since the mood, style and assets are more or less defined by earlier concepts, we don't need to spend time colouring. From here, we usually iterate within the scene and only draw examples when we need to do so. Huh.
For each world the player goes through, the environment illustrates more and more the jumbling together of memories, and this place is a direct illustration of that mess. Most prominently, it's framed by the memory the child has from trying to hide in closets or any nook it can find.
Oh yeah, because we're like
the
knocking
monster
stuff
in
over
this
and
place
stuff.
represents the mother when she is angry. It comes out when the kid is making a mess.
Most things in the game has changed a lot from the beginning of development, but one idea that persisted from the start of planning was this chapter, was a hallway with flickering lights where a coat would appear and reappear in the distance. Here seen as an early concept, 2 block out phases and the final. Okay, so this one, that one, and the final one. That's clever. At one point during development, there was plans to have a boss battle with Heap, the coat monster found in the chapter. The child was supposed to be trapped in a room with it, and had to remain hidden while solving puzzles to escape. Oh. I'm so glad they didn't do that, actually. That would be a bit too much. A key element of the chapter was the claustrophobic feeling of the narrow hallways covered with closet doors and being trapped within these. We wanted to have a lot of different objects everywhere that could play tricks on your perception of them dim in the light. Yeah, they definitely did that. They definitely nailed that. The star door has always been a central part of this chapter and has adapted and changed along the way with the layout and other changes made through the production. Okay. Huh. Oh, she's over there. More paintovers of screenshots to figure out what we want to end up with, so geometry levels and stuff like that. Very spooky. The clown in that one. Okay, let's go through here. Oh, it goes back. That's cool. Alright, so here we have the 3D models. That is terrifying. And so is that, it's actually moving. Oh, they're all moving. Some of them.
Oh, there you have me, or old me, as now I'm just a floaty version in your memory, of course. Also, here are all the characters in Among the Sleep, old and new. Some are not used, and some are hard to see because of the various tricks and lighting we did to obfuscate them.
Oh, okay. Very clever. Because I didn't see half of this stuff before. So that's Glowing Bear. This bear I do not remember, but okay. Oh, wow. Whoa. Why was this not in there? Okay, now this one is an old relic. The story and particularly how the game ended was very different in the early days of production. Back then, Teddy was the antagonist of the game. Oh! The story was the broken family situation made the child vulnerable, and an evil early entity, a monster disguised as a friendly teddy bear, took advantage of this by tricking the child into a dangerous adventure far away from home. During production, we realised that we had the choice to either make a typical and predictable horror story or focus on all the attention of the family situation. Serious topics like these aren't much talked about in video games, that's very true. And we felt compelled to make a creative game around this that we saw the potential to make a much more meaningful story. We scrapped this idea along with the whole chapter and did huge reworks to many parts of the game to make it come together more neatly. Oh, that's really... I agree with that, but this would definitely be really cool for like a different game idea if they make any other games. Designing Teddy was a key moment of narrowing down the style. Having a very democratic process to begin with, we all voted a Teddy we liked best and ended up with a look that was fairly close to the current one. We wanted him to feel cozy, warm and friendly, almost grandfather-like, while hinting at the fact that this was a father's beloved Teddy that he kept patching up and taking care of from his childhood. Ah. Okay, then we have this spooky, which is the Harold one. The Heap, which was the coat monster, which we partly saw in the little book at the beginning. That's spooky. So Hydra is the swamp monster found in the 3rd chapter, which we want to avoid. So this has allowed us to touch on the themes of alcohol without being too obvious. We did this in indirect ways, like the painting of the woman drinking in the well and turning into a monster and giving gurgling noises. Oh yeah, that makes sense. Here's the mother. I love how that's actually moving. The mother was one of the first characters that we designed. Her remake was tweaked a few times. Despite her personality transformation and neglect, she never stopped loving her child. Teddy gun? What's this? Okay, these ones I did not see. Sleep. Didn't see that either. Oh, that's cute. What worlds did these rejected creatures inhabit? These are all creatures that were designed very early in production, and there was the decision to cut these from the game. They all naturally phased out as we gradually shifted the game's genre from adventure to horror. Oh, into what the game is today. Oh, nice. One idea for Teddy was that he could equip items that granted him abilities. Oh, so he could have actually equipped a gun and stuff. Oh, look at that. Oh, that's cool. That's the furnace, the scary furnace. Oh wow, okay, they were even going to do that as like a big monster thing. The core concept of the furnace monster is similar to Heap, we wanted to create something terrifying out of an ordinary object. A child might see glowing eyes and a huge mouth on the front part of the wood furnace, so we exaggerated this and made it a whole furnace come alive. Kinda reminds me of like Monster House and Home Alone. And this is the playroom. So this is pretty much mostly the same. Haha, I love that.
Ah, my favorite place. I felt we really connected here, you know? A bit of a breather between the various bad, nightmarish worlds we went to. Also, I was able to talk a lot here, as elsewhere the developers were concerned about keeping the tension up and didn't want me to say too many things. Also, I kinda get quiet when scared, so it's okay and all, but I liked best the times we had to catch up.
Oh, that's cute. And yeah, I get quiet when I'm scared too. I'm not the only one. Yay. Oh. Okay. Oh no.
This is the reveal. This is where you see your mother for what she is, and the player gets to connect the various monsters and sights through the game.
Okay. Oh, okay, we carry on going this way. Wow, this is like a real museum. This is like a virtual museum. Welcome to the world that bit the dust. Oh, okay. So these are the ones that never made it, I guess. Wowee. This is really incredible. This just made the game even better that it has a museum. Concepts of the showcase and mood feel where the last chapter among the sleep took place. Deceived and tricked by the cauldron, deceived and tricked by an evil okay.
Originally, the chase for the mom was a MacGuffin. You did not really find her, and the monsters used her to lure you further into the dreamlands. And we struggled for some time to make sense of this story, especially the playtesters were confused as the story ended without you seeing your mom again.
Oh. Oh. So this was meant to be the other ending, like the alternative ending. I think it's good they kept the actual ending that they went with though. It makes a lot more sense. This elevator is an example of sadly wasted time since we scrapped everything. It is designed to be a fully functional steam-powered elevator, in theory at least. Ah. Is there a way down here? Ooh. Oh, okay, so we're back at the start, I think. Oh, there's a little secret room that I found. So under the forest waited an underworld of tunnels made by giant worms and great halls of crystals guarded by giant rocks. Okay, whoa, that's creepy. A world that was cut before we did anything more than concepts and a rough white box block out. This was a life-size dollhouse with a myriad of creepy dolls stalking you in the dark. Whoa, okay. And we can't look at these ones close up. This is amazing. Behind the house was a forest. The forest led to a meadow. The meadow in a thorny jungle with odd one-eyed monkey-looking things out if you didn't stay in the light of the mushrooms. Oh! Wow. Okay, and that's the entire museum that we've looked at, because that way just goes back to where we started. All the intricate design and everything, it's like an actual museum, and it's just literally so cleverly put together. I absolutely love it. The entire game was amazing, and I can see the amount of work that they put into this and everything, even to actually put a museum in it as well, and a prologue. So yeah, I absolutely love this game. I think I'm definitely going to go check out some of the other games by Krillbite Studios as well. If you enjoyed this series or you have other game recommendations like this one or like the games that I play, I don't mind playing any kind of game recommendations you have. Do let me know in the comments, and I'll see you in the next series or episodes and games that I play. Have a great day or night wherever you may be. Thank you so much again, and I'll see you around. Bye!